Darren McCarty, the golden voice of Neal Ruhl, and the iconic Terry Foster. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Yo, yo, yo. Welcome back, everybody, to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. That guy over there is D-Mac, Darren McCarty. We got Sam Flannel in the house. There's a dark cloud in the studio as well. Adam Baydoun on the ones and twos. Spenmo on his way into the studio right now. He'll be with us in just a little bit, so we will be chopping it up with everybody. And, you know, happy to be back in studio. Had a great time out at Big Boy yesterday, no question about it. But it's a weekend of big games, D-Mac. The Red Wings tonight.
Yeah,
it's a big game to me, man.
No, it absolutely is a big game to continue where they're at, sitting third in the Eastern Conference, piling up points. These are the bonus points, obviously taking care of business the other night. Like I said, it's sort of a statement game this early in the season to go into Tampa and win against that team. Obviously means a lot to the coach because he was the assistant coach there, but they're playing well as a team. Obviously, you don't want to have to rely on Ville Husso to bail you out with 44 saves every night.
Hey, it's better than the alternative.
Thank you very much. But it goes to show you all great teams in this league have that backstop. That's where we're starting here. So big game. Florida's one of those teams that's looking to get to the next level too. They added Matthew Tkachuk in the offseason. They're never an easy task. If you want the behind the bench Florida coaching, Bob Bugner, who's our assistant coach, was the coach down there too. So again, the Florida trip means something for these guys, and they continue to play the way that they played. I think what you see more is the consistency, of some of the forward guys we talked about yesterday. That obviously we're all in. And let me get your take, Adam, as far as what Steve Yzerman has done with adding professional hockey players and free agency to this roster. We were talking about it yesterday. But the guys that he's signed are impact guys to this team. Are even you, the grumpiest man at the network, has to be
No, that's not fair.
Happy. Well, he's not the grumpy. He's the most terminally high and terminally low.
Okay, that's fair.
All right. What do you but you got to be happy with the prawns and the Kubalik. Okay, boys in the booth are having trouble today.
No, that's wait. We'll get back. We'll get back to Adam Baydoun coming up in just a couple minutes. Remember, you can get involved too in the discussion. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. You can jump on there, get your thoughts out there.
Test.
Ethan Brown. Neal is the most belligerent. I've never been called belligerent before. At least not maybe at 1:30 a.m., but never at this time of day. Maybe on St. Patrick's Day. But I've never been called belligerent. Would you say I'm belligerent? I wouldn't say that.
Isn't that have to do with being drunk and loud? And what is belligerent?
Depends on your
Up
situation.
belligerent.
Dang. Okay, Adam, back to you. Your thoughts on D-Max. While he looks up belligerent, your thoughts.
Yeah, look, Yzerman's done everything you would want a GM to do. We talked about this when Blashill was let go. When he was let go, that was Steve Yzerman's I would say him going all in, right? He was going to go get his coach. He was going to make sure he gave his coach a ton of talent, more so than the talent, of course, he gave Jeff Blashill, Sider, Raymond, you had Bergeron now, some of these young guys that are just coming in and playing right away. Perron always scoring, Kubalik, you have Andrew Kopp, all these guys that Yzerman himself had identified are helping you somehow, some way, Mac, become a playoff team in year one?
Well, I said the word.
Playoffs.
Different weeks we ask those questions and stuff like this. I think we can all agree here on Big D energy. Does not put the cart before the horse. But if they continue to play the way and the consistency and what they've been really good at, Neal, as I update you, I don't know if you know this, but beside the word belligerent in the Google dictionary is a picture of Neal Ruhl. And hostile and aggressive, a bull-necked, belligerent old man. When it comes to your Michigan takes, maybe is that what people are saying? They're belligerent, they're hostile?
Sam Flannel, your thoughts. Am I belligerent about Michigan?
I mean, I wouldn't say belligerent. When I think of belligerent, I think of like, I don't know, somebody causing actual harm to people or things. I wouldn't say that your words cause harm. I would just say that you're wrong a lot of the time. But it's not belligerent.
Oh, wrong is not belligerent. Oh,
yeah, okay.
That's what he said.
What am I wrong about?
Hey, you're okay. So it's all about context, Neal. You don't give them credit when they deserve to. You did give them credit for winning at Ohio State, but that whole half a national championship thing, man, you got to stop with that. It was through no fault of Michigan. They did everything they were supposed to do. Back then, the way college football did it was just stupid.
Two people get one thing?
No. Yes, but the way that they did it,
so they each got a half. That's math. That's not. It's not being belligerent. This is being belligerent right now. It's math, Sam Flannel.
Just say, there we go.
It's math.
There's the belligerent.
When two people get one thing, you each get a half.
No, they each got one whole, in my opinion, because they each earned the national championship. They never got to play each other.
This piece of paper, Sam. Here's one piece of paper, Sam Flannel. One. You and I both get this one piece of paper. So what do we have to do in order for us?
Split it in half. A piece of paper and a national championship are the same thing.
No, they're exactly the same thing.
The exact same thing. And Neal Ruhl is
I didn't know that 25 years ago they gave away 2 national championships for the first time and the only time ever.
The only time ever, apparently.
Right. Exactly.
I'm just saying.
Which months of the year does Michigan get it, and which months of the year?
Yeah. What are the parental arrangements for that national championship? You get every other weekend. Do you split up the holidays?
Belligerent.
That's hilarious.
Belligerent tone. The other belligerents, but it's tone. See, I think that your belligerency comes out in your tone, Neal. Does that make sense? Because you don't. I'm would be more belligerent. Like I go on and off. But with you, your tone is belligerent. There it is. Your tone is belligerent. What are the parental arrangements for the 1997 national championship? Who gets what holidays? Who gets what weekends? Who gets the birthdays?
I mean, they each get a national championship because they both earned it. The way they did it back then, you got to admit, was kind of wonky. They never got to play each other. They were sort of contractually obligated to certain bowl games. And Michigan, it wasn't through any fault of their own. You even admit that was a spectacular season. They had one of the greatest college football players ever. One of the greatest defenses ever. And
one of the greatest college football players ever, Charles Woodson was. Ever.
One of the greatest football players ever, if you combine college and pro. I'm just saying that the way that they did it back then was not, like I said, contractually obligated bowl games. Michigan and Nebraska never got to face each other.
I've never told you this, but you know what? I feel like we could, like, if we're gonna talk shop, right? We all feel like back then that because Tom Osborne was his way out in Nebraska, that they got it. Can we agree? Eyeball test, Michigan was the best team that year, right?
Yes.
Well, I got screwed also that same year by a college football, but it wasn't. But do you remember that Missouri? Remember the play in the end zone where it got kicked, right? It got kicked in the end zone where it was an illegal play, but it ended up being a touchdown, right? That was that same year. That was the ESPN ESPY play of the year. That beat out my goal against Philly for the ESPY. I won the NHL Play of the Year award, ESPY, so I do have an ESPY for it, but I lost out the national championship to a illegal play. By that, I believe it was Nebraska, Missouri.
Yeah, it was Nebraska, Missouri.
I never knew that, man.
Yeah. No, I lost out. But the winning play for the ESPY that year is the throw in the end zone to overtime that got hit in the air, and then the guy kicked it up in the air, and the guy caught it.
Well, you know what they should do? They should take that ESPY and cut it in half, and give half to you, and then the other half to them.
I feel that pain, but still, I lost.
Right. And I see the people. I wish I would have shared. I see the people on the WoodwardSports.com chat thread going, it's 2 different national championships. Okay, then in 1996, Florida won 3 national championships in football then, going by that logic.
How's that the same?
That's what they're saying, because there was the AP, and then there was the Writers' National Championship and all that stuff. So they're saying it's 1 each. Okay, well in 1996, Florida won 3 national titles by your logic.
Okay, whatever you say. All I'm saying is that Michigan and Nebraska, if it were any
and there's the response. They never address it.
By your logic. By your logic, is he right?
Okay, yes, but you're acting like Michigan did something wrong. It was a vote. It was writers. Michigan and Nebraska never got to play each other. It's not Michigan's fault that Florida didn't have another team that was on their level that year. It's through no fault of Michigan. You can't.
And it's through no fault of Nebraska.
The same guys that's
fair. They should have had a chance to play each other, and if it were 1 year later, literally 1 year later, they would have, and I believe Michigan would have won. We can't go through hypotheticals, but it wasn't Michigan's fault. You can't use that against Michigan. It happened. They both had a national championship. It was like AP and writers, but still.
Well, I just think in retrospect now, and in light of this new evidence that we're going to use as the standard, I just think that the Florida Gators should be congratulated for winning 3 national championships in one season. That's an unbelievable accomplishment. And I know there's a lot of Steve Spurrier hate out there, but 3 national championships in one season?
I mean, for the record, why is there Steve Spurrier hate? He's a great coach. He was great at Florida, and he provided South Carolina with their best era of football ever. Steve Spurrier's a great coach.
And he won a Heisman as a player.
He did. Terrible in the NFL, as a player and as a coach.
D-Mac, do you remember that time you won 3 Stanley Cup championships in 1 year? Those were great. That was a great season. So by definition, by Michigan fan definition, you have 12 Stanley Cups, not 3.
Nice. Nice. I gotta start taking the shoes off.
The next cameo you do, I say, hey, what's going on, Jim? Darren McCarty, 12-time Stanley Cup champion, according to Michigan logic.
In that sport, you got to, in every other sport except college football back then, you got to actually settle it on the field or on the ice or on the court. That's the difference. You guys got to play a playoff, and Michigan was contractually obligated to the Rose Bowl back then. That's the only reason why there was even a question of like AP and writers. Michigan was worthy national champions back then. They were undefeated, Rose Bowl.
So was Nebraska.
Fair enough. They should have got a chance to play each other. I would have paid a lot of money.
Instead, they had to settle for a half a national title each.
But it's not either their faults. Can we agree on that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We can agree. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Ethan Brown. There's that Neal belligerence again. Just kidding. Just messing with you. Drago, just Neal hate. See, this is what I don't get about it. And we keep going back to this every single day, D-Mac. Every single day. What is hate? I'm just doing what you guys said. How is that hate? I'm playing the ball as it lies, as I was told it's lying.
You are the master of the truth, right? The facts.
Just tell me what the parameters are.
You know what? Some people can't get by your belligerent tone. Right?
I guess so.
Belligerent. Do you think, Spenny, welcome, bud.
Thank you. Hello.
Neal got accused of being belligerent. And I said, I don't think he's really that belligerent, except he was belligerent to Sam, but Sam deserved it.
Yeah.
But his tone might be taken as belligerent.
It's definitely the tone.
But do you think that, like, what Neal says, because he comes from the basis of fact, right? Mm-hmm. But what is the miss here?
Yeah, I think it's... Michigan fans are notoriously a little soft, they get a little worked up about, if you're not all in, then you're all against them, and so that might play a little bit. But the Neal tone does not help. It does not help. I'll say that.
Okay.
Well, wait, hey, you know what? Maybe when he gets those other 3, the 5th furnace installed,
there you go.
Maybe that he'll figure it out.
Yeah,
maybe
absolutely.
It's a sleep issue.
It could be a sleep issue. I could see that.
Giovanni Mosheri, Neal chose violence today. I didn't choose violence. Violence was bestowed upon me, and I responded with violence. That's it. Be careful what questions you ask, because they might get an answer.
I got you. You did not initiate. You more Rip Wheeler reacted.
That's okay. I got broad shoulders. I can take it. Spenmo,
yes.
If I was looking for the best in athletic wear,
well,
what's the play?
There is obviously only one place you can go, and that is Moneyball Sports, because Moneyball Sportswear is your one-stop shop to what you need to get right, whether it's the latest look in athletic apparel or you're trying to get jerseys for the whole crew. All you have to do is go to the Moneyball Sports showroom and they'll get you hooked up, or visit them online at moneyballsportswear.com. It's Moneyball, and it's the only way to ball.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Krogers, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You can get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Neal Ruhl here for Planet Fitness, the official studio sponsor of Woodward Sports and home of the judgment-free zone, where you can work out for just $10 a month. You also upgrade to the Black Card. You basically own Planet Fitness at that point. Unlimited guest privileges, hydro massage. Basically everything that they have to offer comes your way with the Black Card membership. You can join today in club. You'll pass a couple on the way home. Pull in the parking lot. Join there. Jump on that computer. Go to planetfitness.com. I was just there today. It was a light run today, D-Mac, just 4 miles. So it was an easy day today, which I prefer.
Cruise.
Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Well, obviously, your fitness is essential.
Yay. Off and running, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, woodwardsports.com chat thread, holla at Dre says, why wait? Okay. Ransom, Michigan could win the Natty, and Neal would still have hate for them. Nothing good to say about Michigan. Ransom, all right, you know what? We were going to do the Lions thing. I had this thing all lined up for next week, but you know what? F it. We're going to do it now, okay? Why do I have bigger aspirations and higher expectations for your program than you do? Why? Why, Sam Flannel? Why, Ransom? Why do I expect more from your program than you do? Why are you scared to be great? Why am I don't give you credit. Beat Georgia. How can I not give you credit? Gave you credit when you beat Ohio State, right? Your one tough game this year, you went out on the road and won it. What did I say? Didn't say anything. Why do I have bigger aspirations for your program than you? Why, Sam Flannel?
What makes you think that we don't think we can win the national championship? I think Michigan can win the national championship.
Because you're so good. I hate Michigan could win the Natty. You've done it once since face masks.
That's true. That's
not hate.
I know.
I know football face.
But I'm being labeled as a hater. Tons of Neal hate in here. Why do I expect more than you do? Why?
I mean, I expect them to win the national championship this year. I want them to win the national championship. I think that they can.
If they don't, then
the season will have ended disappointingly. It's not a complete failure, though. I'm not going to walk into that and say it's a complete failure. It would have ended disappointingly.
But when new information presents itself, you're allowed to change your opinion. Well, at this point, you're telling me it wouldn't be a failure at this point.
It wouldn't be a failure. It would be disappointing. It'd be a failure if we lost to TCU. It would be disappointing if we lost to Georgia.
Oh, you're moving those goalposts, huh, Sam Flannel? No, so you don't expect them to win a national title.
You know what it is? It just kicked me, right? Because I hear accountability. I hear you repeat what you're told by the family. You know what? You're like a step-parent. Right? You're like, seriously, you remind me of my stepdad, Craig McCarty. No, where I hated, right? I hated because the message might not have been there and there wasn't like maybe that hug, and it was because of the work ethic, and you got to worry about this, and you keep telling me this, and then you come back, you hold the accountability to what they say, Neal. Right? Now, what I learned as I got older and along this journey, that you did it out of love to make me stronger and coarser and harder, and to Spenny's point, not as perceived as soft, right? Because you should have these expectations. Now, it should be when both things can be true. Right now, if it ended this way, there'd be disappointment, yes. But I would not label it as a disappointing because you did the one of the things you needed to that you hadn't done in 22 years. You won at Ohio State.
Yeah.
Okay, now the big reason here is as it comes on is because you just repeat. The thing is that you're like me. When it comes to the accountability of what Michigan fans say, they like to throw things out there, and you catch it and throw it back at them. Now it gets into the heat, and it's when your expectations on your team, which I know a lot of because I only played on a team that had high expectations, it's being comfortable as a fan base that you deserve to be here. But you need the facts to go out. So you need to be shown, right? Like the step-parent, show me your work and do it so that I will give you that credit. I don't see you not willing to give them credit.
Yeah.
It's just that your step-parent love instead of Uncle D-Mac love, where I'm going to bring you in and don't worry about your stepdad. You know, like that's the play. It's for the betterment. That's how I see this.
Yeah.
Now, belligerent tone sometimes, yes, which is where you lose people.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, and this one here is for Spencer. Nerf. Once since face mask, LMAO, that was savage.
That was savage.
Yes, I am a savage, but no, I ain't Randy.
That was that was a bar. That was a bar too. And so I had absolutely no love for the program or school. Like that is something that's been made apparent. But I wouldn't say it's a failure of the season if they lose to Georgia. It's if you expect them to win, if you expect them to win a national championship, then it is. But I don't expect them to beat Georgia.
But Spenny, see, here's the thing, and my problem is with that line, right? It's so Michigan. It's so Michigan fan to say, well, it's a failure if they beat TCU, but not if they lose to Georgia. Yeah. You know what? Expect to win, Sam Flannel. Like, you made it to the playoff last year. You did something you haven't done since before Tom Brady entered the NFL and won in Columbus. Like, no, you don't get that, Sam Flannel. You're playing for this is for everything now. And you're there, and you're in the water.
Yeah, we're in the water, and Michigan has a very, very good chance of winning the national championship. My thing is, you can't act like they haven't made significant improvements these last 2 years. You're talking about us Michigan fans like it's still 2018 or 2019 when they lost every
That's the way you're acting.
No, we're not acting
yes,
like
you are.
that.
Oh, I'd give anything to be in the playoff.
No. Back then, we lost every single big game that we ever played in. Lost to Ohio State every single year. Lost to Michigan State sometimes when we had no business losing to Michigan State. Now you're
2-2 in your last 4 big games.
Michigan has made improvements as a program. You've even admitted it. Like last year, they beat Ohio State for the first time in 10 years. They made the college football playoff. That was a progression. This year, undefeated, beat all of our rivals, won in Columbus for the first time since 2000.
Now you got to validate it, though.
You don't have to validate it.
Yes, you do. Because all of this that Michigan's done right now is all Big Ten centric.
Sam,
it's all Big Ten.
Your validation puts you down the road. Right, your validation, and I will accept it that you win a playoff game because you didn't do it. You got trucked last time. So this game, to me, is actually the most important game. You know, they did what they needed to do, and I don't forget Purdue, but we saw what happened in championship games across the country. But Michigan took care of business. To me, it validates progression when they win a playoff game. If they can win a natty, which I think they have as great a chance as they've had with the team that they have, right, then you're all for it, and then they go to a next level. But to say that it's not successful, but if they lose to TCU, if they lose to TCU, then you can say
everything they've done, everything that you're celebrating right now is all Big Ten centric. It's just Big Ten stuff. I'm sorry that I expect you to be great.
But you got to own the Big Ten first because you haven't owned it. Right now is the first time you're right. So now,
but what does that get you if you don't cash it in? What does it get you?
Well,
they cashed it in. The national perception.
They cashed it into a game that they get the opportunity to win a playoff game, which they haven't done.
The national perception will remain the same.
When Michigan State went to the Final Four, that season ended in failure. I think it can be both because I was still happy for the season. I was happy for them getting there, but it was ultimately a failure because it ended in failure because they got there and they couldn't cash it in. It felt good to be there, but when you're there, you want to win, and if you don't, that is a failure.
Guys, isn't the question is, like, we need to see Michigan and Georgia again and see what type of game it is, and can we actually compete to see whatever? Like, isn't it about can anybody beat Georgia?
I personally think, this might sound weird, and it's not haterish, it's just based off style of play. Ohio State has a better chance of beating Georgia than Michigan. Because what LSU did, opening it up and throwing the ball around, is like that. Ohio State can do that. Michigan possibly can. We haven't really seen them.
Well,
we
in
saw
your
JJ hit a
Cinderella
couple big balls.
season, it could come down to everything, Neil. Imagine a Michigan-Ohio State national championship.
I would
because
love that.
Everything then, what Neil says, then it's like you have to win. You have to win.
Yeah, even though Michigan-Ohio State national championship means Michigan would win the national championship, as a college football fan, I would love to see that.
Hey, tell them that stat you told me yesterday about the website, about putting in matchups and stuff, if stuff happened.
Oh, you talk about the point spreads for everything?
Yeah, because that blew me away.
Ohio State would be a 5-point favorite
If
over
Ohio
Michigan.
State, Michigan played the finals.
Ohio State's a 5-point favorite.
There's a
way.
to explain this.
Go to the FanDuel and look it up.
Yeah.
Why?
That is absolute lunacy.
Don't worry, it's the
to
devil's
me.
number.
Lunacy.
Michigan. Forward down. Oh, that's
So that's where it comes from. Everything has been Big Ten centric that you've accomplished, and that's where, again, to me, because I'm analytical about it. For those that say like the Big Ten is on the SEC's level, based on what metric?
I don't think anybody's saying that now. They're obviously not at the SEC's level, but one of the progressions to
So
Michigan,
dare to be great, then, Sam.
I
Flannel.
am daring to be great, but they've done stuff in the past 2 years that they didn't do in a while. In many years, they beat Ohio State and Columbus for the first time since 2000. I'm gonna enjoy that. I'm not gonna act like everything is basically a failure if they don't cash it in for a national championship. Do I think Michigan can win the national championship? Absolutely, they can. But it's all a progression of being a consistently great program. In the past 2 years, they've done that. They won the Big Ten last year, beat Ohio State for the first time in 10 years, and then were undefeated regular season Big Ten champion, won in Columbus, beat every single one of their rivals. I'm going to enjoy the ride.
Here's the thing, and Chuck Brewer says, and Michigan is coming from being a mid Big Ten team. No, Chuck, that's not what I'm told all the time. That's not what I'm told. Leaders in best, most wins in college football history. We're Michigan men. That's not what I'm told, Chuck.
But
see, not now. See, do you love how they do this, though, Spenny? Like now, hey, we're coming from being a mid Big Ten team. Mm-hmm. You can't have that both ways,
but
man.
That's what the numbers said over. Like,
so now we listen to the numbers.
No, I've always listened to the numbers. Here's the thing. Back when they were actually not winning any big games, I criticized them as much as anybody. But now that they're winning, now that they've won Big Ten championships, now that they've gone to college football playoffs and beat all their rivals consistently, I'm riding with them because they've earned it, because they're actually a great program now. They weren't back then. For many, many years, they were a mid program. And from 2008 to 2014, they were a bad program. With new information, I'm allowed to change my opinion. It's fact. 2008 to 2014,
Wait, I get told all the time how the Big Ten is. Well, they're the best conference in the country. Best basketball conference in the country. Haven't won an Natty in over 2 decades. Best basketball conference. That's what I'm told all the time, I thought.
I mean,
Which is it?
Nobody says that. That's the thing. It's a straw man. You're making a straw man.
Spence, do people not say that?
People do say that. But
Thank you. That's all I'm asking for.
the SEC is. Everybody knows the SEC is the best football conference in America.
Everybody knows that.
Okay, I just wanted to hear people say it.
It just means more.
Well, it does.
Yeah.
But that is, in a weird way, as we circle it back towards the break, that is what I was talking about the Mozzie Smith thing, man. Those are the levels you have to get on. And like the people that say, just win and stuff like that, yeah, that's what you got to do. Doesn't matter to me that he got arrested 2 hours, or almost got arrested 2 hours before a flight.
And it also doesn't help that this is the worst year for the Big Ten in a very long time.
Right.
Like, and some years...
How about this, though? It's the worst year for the Big Ten or whatever, but you got 2 teams and 2 separate sides of the bracket to bring home a championship. You got a 50.
Which blows my mind that they put Ohio State in this thing.
And can we agree, though, that if you're thinking as a fan, this is the year to upset the Georgia, right? They're Georgia and the Alabama. You don't have to worry about the Alabama. Like, those are the 2 big dogs. It's like going and trying to invade like Genghis Khan's territory, right? Like you have more of this opportunity. I would love nothing more. Could you imagine a Michigan-Ohio State national championship?
Yeah, it would be.
But again,
electric.
the question is, if it came up to that, do you really want it? Because you got to ask yourself. That's a whole different conversation, right? That's a whole different conversation. But I think that the way it's set up, that this team and to play TCU preps them in some sort of way. I don't expect them to lose. I expect them to dominate like they have. But it sort of preps them again to see another round of JJ McCarthyism. So
who's the dominant force in the big project area?
Well, before I go to that, I want to send a shout out to Tammy Chen Schultz. Give a prayer out. Her father had a fall and he's in the hospital. I know she's in the hospital right now. He's in good spirits, but just we are all family here. She's a big part of not only my life but the Big D Energy life. So Tammy, keep your head up. I saw some things, so it's only going to get better. So give that, but. Guys, you know who's always got your back when you got stuff outdoors or you need some construction or anything? That's Alta, guys. At Alta, Uptime Matters, Alta Equipment. They got everything you need to get the job done. Might be a bog project. Alta Rent, they got you covered. Give them a call today. 844-GO-TO-ALTA. That's 844-GO-TO-ALTA.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle, baby, talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. We're off and running. Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, T-Foss out for the day. Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. We are squad deep. I'll read a couple of our WoodwardSports.com chat text in here. Then we'll move on to the Detroit Lions. Let me see. Jake Wegener. I was told the SEC would be the one with 2 teams in the playoff. Not by me, Jake. I told you this Michigan-Ohio State thing was going to go down in the summer, early in the fall, all year long. I was mocked.
Alabama should have made it.
Thank you. I was mocked, I was scorned, I was laughed at, but here we are.
It was like what Nick Saban said. It was kind of like Nick Saban did a Sarah McLachlan commercial. Like, committee,
the animals.
Do you have 2 seconds to vote Alabama into the playoffs? Anything you could do could help these struggling student athletes get into the play. But no, they lost by a combined 4 points on the road in their 2 games in the SEC. Like, both of them were like walk-off finishes.
Somebody should make that video of Saban talking with the "I will remember you." Rad Dad Scott sums it up nicely. I just hope all the players go out, give it their all, and have fun.
I hope everyone has fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be fun down at Ford Field. Jake Wegener, no, Neal, 100% said the loser of the Michigan-Ohio State game couldn't get in 2 weeks before the game. I told everybody that that's how this was going to go down. Told everybody. Now, it makes sense that if you lose by 23 points at home, that you shouldn't go.
The only team you play all year.
But the second 17 million people watched the game, they were going.
Do you think if Clemson beats Notre... Well, yeah, never mind. That's not... If Clemson beats Notre Dame, that Alabama would probably get in, right? Because that Notre Dame win would still look like garbage because they have beaten nobody.
I don't know. Probably not. They probably take Ohio
I think we're
State
set,
anyway.
like Neal said.
Yeah.
Once those TV ratings came in, it just solidified.
Yeah.
How can you sit there as a committee and go, and look, like, this is how bad they are, Neal. They look straight in the face and go, oh, we never thought about a rematch between we don't like to do rematches, but nobody thought of it. Like, and sit there and lie to you right in your face.
Yeah, that's a whole different subject for a different day. We'll get into that as it goes on. Detroit Lions, 2.5-point favorites over the Vikings. Is this, and look, fans do this a lot, where there's always an overreaction, right? An overreaction to the Lions destroying Jacksonville. I don't like the way this is trending.
Here's the overreaction, though. Who's overreacting? I don't see the fans. I think the fans are like, they saw this line. It's Vegas. It's Vegas. So that's where this came from, because every Lions fan, and I know me, when the line came out, was like, wait, what? Well, these are the guys that. So what I'm saying, do you go because this is a Vegas spot, or do you go? Is this a? There's no such thing as a Lions tax, like there is a Michigan football tax, right? We can get that out of the way. So the fact is it how we're being viewed from outside, not just in? Because I think as Lions fans, we're not blowing the top off this. We're sort of going, whoa, pump the brakes a little bit. Is it really that good? And then you break it down why it could be, and you listen to the pundits breakdown of why does Dan Orlovsky come on and steal our boy Ryan Ermanni from the final words take that the Lions will win out. We had this conversation yesterday, the fact that there's probably a loss in there, and if there is it this week? Right? So I just think, coming off of the disappointment against Buffalo, the way that they showed us they bounced back, this is the fact that this game is at home, the fact that they know what they're up against. Hey, dude, you know who's got the biggest job again? Do you think you're going to shut Justin Jefferson down 2 games in a row? So that defense better be ready, because I got to think that if I'm Minnesota, is that I'm going to be trying to feed him to get him going. So, again, the good thing is that they got Kirk Cousins as their quarterback, and hopefully we can continue. Guys, I asked you about the injury report, because usually Thursday's report is sort of telling, but what you start to see is, as you're getting successful and winning, guys are getting healthy. Isn't that wild?
It's really weird.
And you know what? Hey, listen, I asked guys, I asked for it, just so you know. I asked Spenny if we had any JMO. We had any Jameson Williams porn. He said we don't, but we're going to look for him running fast with equipment on.
We'll try to find it.
Because what I'm hearing out of Allen Park is that they slowly open this guy up. Could be everything that we've always asked for, and what a perfect Christmas gift.
That is true. I saw the injury report. I saw yesterday's injury report. No practice for Nate Sudfeld, Khalif Raymond, Frank Ragnow, Jeff Okudah, Deshaun Elliott, Taylor Decker, Derek Barnes. Let me see who else was on there. Evan Brown was limited. DeAndre Swift was limited. So that's what we saw yesterday. And that was yesterday.
And that's good. So today's, look for Matty Miller, our intrepid reporter, to woodwardsports.com to find out. But you'll see guys are coming back. And a lot of this is, I think, where Dan Campbell is talking about is giving guys some of these little bit of rest days. Hey, you in the break you mentioned Frank Ragnow. I don't care if he goes sit in the deer blind till Saturday night, come back to the hotel, right? I mean, whatever, bro. Whatever.
Yeah, it's. I'm pretty sure all of those are just veteran rest days, except for the Swift stuff and Nate Sudfeld. Oh no, not Nate Sudfeld. What are we gonna do? Yeah, but Frank, Jeff, like you said, Taylor Decker, all those guys, they'll be back. They're gonna
wait. How'd the backup quarterback get hurt?
Yeah, that's what I did. He injured his thumb clicking the pen for the clipboard too many times.
Hey, you know what? Job hazards everywhere, Spenmo.
I'm guaranteeing the Lions beat the Vikings this week.
That's a Spenmo Racks guarantee.
I am guaranteeing it. This is the healthiest this team has been all season. The Lions almost beat the Vikings at the beginning of the year when their defense was trash. Their defense is a lot better now. It's at home. Jamison Williams playing, he actually will try to get involved in the offense, so maybe it's like 15 snaps, 5 targets. Still, that'll do something. You got Chark and Reynolds back. DeAndre Swift looked healthy. He looked like he looked in the beginning of the year in the last week, and this defense is coming alive. I think the Vikings are frauds. I love Kirk Cousins. You like that? And 1 p.m. Kirk Cousins does kind of scare me a little bit because he always turns up in the 1 p.m. games.
Hiding in plain sight.
But I think the Lions are winning, and I think it's by 7 or more points.
Now, so here's the deal. The line opened up at the end of last weekend. Minnesota was a 1.5-point favorite. And the world bet on the Lions. All the way up to a 2.5, to the Lions 2.5-point favorite. You rarely see 3 points of movement.
I'd still bet on the Lions.
In an NFL line. Now, cooler heads, more sensible heads are prevailing. It's dropped back down to 2 as I just looked. Just seconds ago. And it was funny because I did all the Feldman picks. We got all the Feldman picks in, and I did it, and I sent them all out to everybody. And that was just a couple seconds ago that the line changed. So for those of you that took the Lions, you got them at 2.5, D-Mac. That was the time of print. So,
Yeah, you know what? That's a little bit suspect. I think maybe we're going to have to audit those at time of print, depending on how the finals go. So I'm just going to let you know that I'm submitting I'll have my written piece in to know that I might be protesting the way it's done. But we'll wait till the end of the season to see. I am in the lead, so I'm going to say I like the way you're doing your accounting right now, sir.
Okay, yeah. I did
how that works?
I sent them off to everybody. I don't like this overwhelming momentum. Now, yesterday when we talked, that line initially told me that the Lions were going to win, which hence is probably why you saw the wave.
Hence.
But I think I just don't like the feeling I'm getting all of a sudden.
Because everything you said, you got
you got the world on the line.
You think they're going to win. You got those backdoor covers. You got everything else. You don't have the confidence in the fact that it's going to be a close game regardless, right? What do you think this game is going to be? Like
there's
38,
no doubt.
35? Is it going to be like the Seattle game? It's going to be a track meet.
Yep.
Stuff like that. The big key for us defensively, obviously, it's like. It's not what we've been doing. It's not shutting guys down. It's turning the ball over.
Yes.
Right? It's turning the ball over, holding them to teams to 3 at different points and stuff like that. So we're giving up yardage, and that's cool because this defense, makes things happen. So they need to make things happen. Again, Spenny, I know that Kirk Cousins is your guy. I know it's 1 o'clock. I know, how you like me now and all that stuff. But I got to think that what we're building here, This is the game. This is the game. And as an athlete, knowing where you've been and what you've built, that this is the game that could propel you to the rest of the season.
And the Lions, when they played the Vikings the first time, they lost that game because of safety play. And I don't remember if it was Juju Hughes or Kirby Joseph that was inserted into that game after Tracy Walker went down. But the Vikings won because of a blown coverage, and KJ Osborne was wide open. That's not going to happen this game. Kirby Joseph is playing lights out. He knows where he's supposed to be. And in that game, Jerry Jacobs wasn't available. Seatbelt Gang's back. He's here. He's going to be strapped to Adam Thielen, or he's going to break coverage with Justin Jefferson, whoever it is. I'm way more confident in him than the way Ermanni was playing at the beginning of the year. And Romeo might be back too, so that might be another pass rusher to throw in there. I'm just saying.
Romeo.
I'm just saying.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Detroit Lions Forum. Neal was the only person on this network talking about re-signing Goff. Is it one of Easy's friends or something?
I don't know. I don't know.
He's re-signed.
I've never once said that. But he is signed.
He is signed
through 2 more years.
Yeah.
That's a stupid take by you, Detroit Lions Forum. Stupid take. Ill-informed, unintelligent.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like Detroit Lions Forum.
Does it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, stupid takes.
So get your facts straight. No, he is signed.
Yeah.
Re-sign him. I don't need to re-sign someone that's already signed.
Not giving any.
Jesus.
Anyways.
All right. Sports Marketing Agency. They help spread awareness about They help spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their new podcast is called This is the S Word. It helps fight the stigma about seeking help. if you're struggling, if you know someone who's struggling, go to thesportsma.com. Again, thesportsma.com. They're here to help.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991? Yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
The Foaling Warehouse in Hamtramck is the home of the original football bowling pin game called Foaling. Multiple different ways you can play. They've got $12 open unlimited play as well as private lane reservation for $120. If you get thirsty, they got a $2 mystery beer vending machine and multiple fully loaded bars for you to choose from. So make sure you go check them out in Hamtramck or visit them online at foalingwarehouse.com.
Back at it, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Rackstar here in the building. Happy to have you all with us. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Get those thoughts out there and in there. Anthony Hurley, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. People think Goff's contract is up this year for some reason. I don't get it, man. It's all out there for you.
Neal, can I interject real fast?
Yes.
Because I have to give a shout out to the great people, one of my favorite beverages of all time, Labatt Blue, because they sent me one of these. They hit us up on Woodward, DM Woodward, and said they'd like to, get involved and send us some merch. And Nick Leach, he was like, yeah, Spencer likes Labatt, we'll send it to him. And he said it was just a T-shirt. And they said that it's
nice.
It's a dope ass hoodie.
How many? What's your personal Labatt record?
Is that your first Labatt Blue hoodie, bud?
No, it's not my first hoodie.
What's the Labatt Blue record in a cycle, like in a day cycle? Understanding that you can get up at 6 a.m. and start.
Yeah.
Take a nap, get up, go back to work, take a nap, get up, and then close out the night.
Oh, I don't know if there is a limit. I've drank in a case before in a day easily. So
yeah.
You're telling me all day and I got naps in between?
Like a full day's work.
Yeah, I could. 45. I could get down. There's I don't think there's a limit to the amount of beer I can drink. Honestly,
no limit soldier. Huh?
No limit soldier. Like I said, I put down a case in a day before easily. So
my guy loves Spenmo racks. Jared Goff signed through 2024. I don't get where people come, you should re-sign Goff. That was a big easy thing. What are you saying? They should re-sign Goff. No, I'm not.
No, he's already locked in, worked in.
Locked and loaded, man. So
my question is this weekend, anybody worried about the revenge game? TJ Hawkinson? Anybody worried about?
Yeah, we
Malcolm gonna blanket him, gonna shut him down?
I guess that's the big topic we should be. How do you stop TJ Hawkinson and his 5 catches for 43 yards?
Brought that up, Neal? It's because I almost forgot he was playing for them.
Yeah,
and that's pretty sad.
Well, what do you do? WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Give me your best TJ Hawkinson defensive ideas. How do you combat 5 catches for 42 yards? What do you do about it? Because I know as a defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn hasn't slept since Sunday. He's been sitting there scheming, trying to think of ways to defend TJ Hawkinson. And what can we do to stop him from gaining 126 feet on 5 catches? What can we do about it? What do you do? I don't know.
Is that tone, Sam?
That's, you know what though, Neal, you're valid in what you said, because I just found a stat. Since TJ Hawkinson was traded to the Minnesota Vikings, he is averaging a whopping 7.5 yards per catch.
Electric.
Unbelievable. How do you stop that guy? You got to put Kirby Joseph and Malcolm on him. Double him every play. Every single play.
That is prime Tony Gonzalez. Here we go. Wheezy D313. This is the kind of analysis I'm looking for from the people right now. I think this is great. This is a great idea. Wheezy D313. How to stop TJ Hawkinson. Get to a valuable third down.
Yeah.
Just make it third down.
Like 3rd and 4 with 2 minutes left in the 4th or something like that.
Right.
That's how you stop him.
I don't know what to. I'm glad I'm not Aaron Glenn this weekend to try to scheme to stop TJ Hawkinson.
It's a tall order.
Now, in all seriousness, right?
No, I'm being serious.
Well, I think you should be serious, because I think that obviously the game plan has to be to shut down Thielen and Jefferson again, right? But do you really think they're going to be able to shut down Jefferson, or do you believe what the receivers are going to do? It's just about limiting them.
You let guys like Justin Jefferson beat you. You cannot let TJ Hawkinson beat you.
Yeah.
The star that's coming into the game, the $12 million a year tight end, soon to be. That's who you have to worry. I'm not taking Justin Jefferson questions, D-Mac, from you, from the audience. This is the only topic today, tomorrow, the only thought on my mind. Everything I'm thinking about as a Lions fan this weekend revolves around not stopping TJ Hawkinson.
Limiting.
You can't stop him. He won't be stopped. You can't prevent 5 catches for 42 yards. He's proven that.
Yeah, it's true.
You can't stop that from happening.
You gotta like how Iguodala got Finals MVP for holding LeBron to 30 points a game. You need to hope you can hold TJ Hawkinson to 3 catches for 30 yards. That would be your best case scenario.
And the people are saying at Max Mayer, I'd rather play against Travis Kelce. I agree with you. I'd have less fear than I do of TJ Hawkinson.
But to D-Mac's point, you're not going to hold Justin Jefferson to 3 catches for 13 yards again. Them Akuda, no. Them are Hawkinson numbers. Yeah, there is absolutely no way that happens again. Justin Jefferson is going to get his. You just have to hope you can limit it. Put Okuda on him, put a safety over top, do that same thing, and then man up on everybody else. That's all you got to do. Hopefully.
I wonder what they're going to do. That's all. No, but obviously. And we asked a question on yesterday's show, Spence. You missed it. What if they win? I want to get your take. What if they win?
I mean, then...
What's this show like on Monday if they win? What's Adam's show like?
There's going to be the highest viewership in the station's history. It's going to be nuts. We're going to be talking playoffs. And Dan Campbell, if Dan Campbell wins a couple more games, is he thrusting himself into Coach of the Year conversation?
Burn, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Remember, all 2 of TJ Hawkinson's 100-yard games were losses here.
There you go.
Burn. That's tone. I was told that's tone.
All 2.
No, but that would add up to it. So if we aren't fortunate enough to stop him, and he goes for 100 yards and a few touches, we can still win, bud. We can still win.
The people want it. I'm going to do it. If the Lions make the playoffs this year, I'll get that tattoo. The Dan Campbell thigh tattoo.
You just want to get a Dan Campbell thigh tattoo.
He wants it so bad.
I want a good reason to do it.
Hey, if nobody's going to drink that.
Yeah, I'd be happy to get that tattoo if it meant the Lions make the playoffs, and if they do, I'll do it. Dan Campbell face right on my thigh. What a little banner in the background. This is playoffs 2022.
I love it. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Alicia, why? Why can't the Lions win, Neal? WTF? They can. They most definitely can. It's just when you go against somebody that's an upper echelon tight end in the league, and the Lions have struggled against tight ends. That's always been the book on them, right? Now parlay that with the fact that an elite tight end like TJ Hawkinson is rolling into town. It makes me worry. It does. Justin Jefferson does make me worry, though, for real.
He should. He's the best receiver.
That's the whole thing. Is how are you scheming this game plan? They do have Dalvin Cook. That they are legitimate. So here's the worst thing that I don't want to be sitting here on Monday going, we lost, and Hawkinson was the result of that, right? You're throwing that karma out there like he's gonna ball out, bro.
Pistons fan 11. We'll be talking real reckless. I love that line, man. We will be talking reckless.
For sure. It'll get dirty.
It will. But if you want to get clean,
yesterday.
What's that?
Isn't that what Terry said? We're gonna get crazy.
It's gonna get crazy. But
just like if you wanted a haircut or you wanted to win a down payment for a dream house. Same sort of thing. Why? You come to Lady Jane's for award-winning haircut experience. You register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win the down payment for your dream home. Up to $200,000. $200K. Lady Jane's open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff a Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward in Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff a Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
The Sports Marketing Agency would not be who we are without great community partners like Higuera Health and Carol Zuniga.
It's an awesome opportunity to partner with your organization. Higuera Health is a comprehensive behavioral health organization. We serve children through older adults with mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities across Western Wayne counties, and really excited to now be in downriver communities as well. Give us a call at 734-458-4601.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
All right, time to talk about Phillips. No, not the great South African botanist J.F.V. Phillips, but Michael Phillips, of course. God, dude. Looking to buy or sell your home, whether you're a player or a fan, helping you buy, sell, or invest is Michael Phillips' top priority. Being in the game for 23 years makes Mike the #1 option for anyone. If you have real estate needs, call Michael Phillips at 313-403-0011. That is 313-403-0011.
I haven't heard that many names since like Juan Felipe Roberto Montez and like Princess Bride. Like, what'd you say that dude's name was? Something.
One more
JSV?
time.
J.F.V. Phillips. Ooh, actually.
That's a good one. That's a lot of initials. You usually don't have that.
Yeah.
Oh, man. What it's, I'll save what it stands for later. I'm running out of Phillipses.
JFV. I got a good idea what it means, but we'll digress from that. Remember the Monroe Street Midway. It's on and popping in downtown Detroit. It's not summer anymore. It's the winter-based Monroe Street Midway. So what they've done, they swapped the roller skating, basketball, mini golf for the giant Arctic Slide, winter bumper cars, an indoor arcade, and D-Mac's personal favorite, puck putt.
Puck putt. I'm down for it. Shoot that puck into puck putt. I mean, it's easier. Gotta be easier than real putting.
Absolutely. Winter bumper cars, a bumpy ride, no doubt. Go for a spin. Try not to spin out on the slick rink. Brought to you by Rollercade, the Arctic Slide. Ride an inner tube down a 20-foot high, 80-foot long slide. That's brought to you by Come Play Detroit, D-Mac's favorite, puck putt. You got to be careful with that one, everybody. Yeah. I have an Arctic Go for a goal in one. Grab a hockey stick. Shoot the puck into each net along the 9-part course. Brought to you by Come Play Detroit. That is free for the people. D-Mac, how many aces on a 9-hole puck putt course?
Without even seeing it, I'm going to count 2. I'm going to say 2. 2 for 9.
I like it.
Not even seeing the course, just trying to go what they can maneuver down in there. I don't think it's going to be really that eccentric. So I think there's a couple makeable shots.
Mike G wants to know, do they run the 1-1-3 at the Campus Martius
You know
rink?
what? They're working on it, dude. Coach is going to be down there making sure. So if you're down there, if you hear it, only at certain times of the day, I think like 1:30 to 3 or something like that. So stay out of there because they'll be working on the Red Wing defense.
They got you
Get
covered.
down there, Mike. We need you just in case.
They got you covered with food as well. Warm up with toasty treats. They're serving up burgers, pierogies, homemade chili chicken sandwiches, mac and cheese bites, plus gluten-free and vegan goodies as well. And of course, the star of the show, you know I'm talking about S. Claus. That's right. Santa will be out there. Smile and say freeze. Santa's showing up for photos. What?
S. Claus.
He's in a jolly good spirit today.
Big S.
SC. Big SC will be out there in the house.
The big SC, buddy. Come on.
Good to Monostria Midway. You know Santa's going to be holding court,
Spenny.
bro. Star of the show.
Yeah.
Showing up for photos till December 22nd on Thursdays and Fridays from 4 to 8. On Saturdays and Sundays from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's free. Guys, take the kids down there. Go see S. Claus. He'll be down there kicking it. You know, go to Decked Out Detroit for your winter fun information. The Monroe Street Midway Minute.
The big SC's goals against down at Midway is lower than Husso's right now.
Yeah, for sure.
He's dominant. There is no doubt about it. Lions fans hoping that the Lions will be dominating as well. And the Lions moving all kinds of crazy ways. It's a tough game to get a handle on. For me, it's a tough game to get a handle on. I keep going back and forth. Lion came out, said Lions right away. Once it clipped up to Lions 2.5, that's just, to quote Pistons fan 11, that's just real reckless. Stuntman. It's crazy. The thing for me, D-Mac, with this football game is we know the combos. We know that you held Justin Jefferson in check and you still couldn't win. The feeling is that Dan Campbell's better with the clock. Although, if there is one thing I'm concerned about, it is still that, D-Mac, and that's fair. To me, I think that's fair.
I think it's fair to say he's learned to, as the game has played out, to stay out of the way when things are going good. We've seen him let other teams implode like we did earlier in the year, and then we've seen him make some decisions but just sort of stay out of the way and let the game run itself. It's when he's had to make these decisions, timeout. It was a big, I don't think it was brought up, we didn't talk about this, but early in the first quarter, right? And I'm always looking for same old lines and different things like that, but when we challenged the DJ Chark, right, and it got overturned, it was called an incompletion, Dan Campbell challenge, how many people were like me going, oh man,
yeah, I didn't
why
like that.
Why are you challenging? But I don't think we're going to win it. And the fact that they overturned it, because I thought that we've lost challenges before or been overruled on easier decisions.
Yes.
But the fact that they allowed that catch, the fact that we capitalized on it, the fact that he did that, to me, Neal, you're right. I don't think he's a great clock manager. I think he showed me what he showed me last game. I really, for a split second, thought at the end of the first half he was going to go for it instead of taking the points, knowing he's getting the ball back. These are all progressive things. The mistakes that he's making, you're seeing him clean up on. So I'm not there to where you are, or I'm not there to say, okay, I'm confident with him with the timeouts, end of the game, the clock, when the game's on the line.
Yeah, I'm not.
But I'm trusting that he's going to figure it out, because he showed me in different ways that he has gotten better as a coach. Mm-hmm. This one has got to sit back, if you're Dan Campbell, and go, if you got to feel that you cost your team the Minnesota game and the Buffalo game, right? You're not going to cost your team again. So that means let's focus more on this game, the fact that it's at home. But I think that the big thing is that he's figuring out too, the deal of the coach is how to play in this environment. Right? We got a raucous environment. Give it up to the fans out there.
Oh, that place is going to be electric.
No, but I mean, it has been. Over even Buffalo, over last weekend, over this weekend. It is. Now, there's a maturity in learning how to play in front of a raucous home crowd. I would know. LCA was unbelievable. There was that extra advantage. So, hopefully, we play the same, and it works out the same way as it did last game. I don't think that it will, but I think the consistency is he's showing better and better. He's not perfect, but there is progress.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Sam, the people have requests. Mark Walston, let's hear Martha's Lions fans one more time. Let's do it for the people.
Lions fans.
Lions fans.
That will never not work. Dirty Dr. D, get clock off your mind, D-Mac.
Can't help it, man. Can't help it. We're getting down to the end of it. It's slowly shrinking.
That's
to
crazy.
the end of the clock.
5 games left.
5 games left, and you should know. We should have, at the end of it, I want at least 3,500 word soliloquies and essays submitted to me on with the direction of this organization, if the right guy, no. But we'll talk about it, but hey, we're ascending. And you know what? It's ascending in all different parts. And the coaching staff as a whole and our head coach, progress, not perfection. So, win this game. We've proven that all things have to be right. We have to have guys healthy. We have to be, making plays and stuff like this, but he's got to put us in the right position.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Duke Nukem. If you're scared, go to church. That song was a banger.
That is a good
That song never got the credit it deserved.
That's facts.
You agree with that?
Yes.
That song was an absolute banger. It is incredible how fast it is moving. Another one of the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Lions have covered like the last 5 weeks in a row, so the odds makers had to juice a line. That's another thing that makes me nervous about it. You know how I work, D-Mac. Like, I go on all the ancillary stuff. Because, look, let's be real.
You don't work off feelings.
Yeah, on the field, we know how this is going to go. Yeah. Like, who's going to make a mistake? Because I do. This will be a last possession game. There is no question in my mind about that. Here's a little nugget for everybody, D-Mac. You used to be familiar with this. If you're in the teaser community, in the betting circles,
6 one way, 6 the other.
This is a prime candidate, everybody.
You'll move the line. Let's go Lions plus. Or are you gonna go Vikings?
You can take it both ways.
I know, but which one? See, I'd take the Lions plus. So let's say it's at 2 plus 4. And what's the over under?
Yeah, see, I wouldn't do that one. I would probably lean Vikings on it because you're talking about if it's 2.
If it's a 1-score game, I get it.
Yeah, if it's 2, you're up to 8.
Head and heart.
You know what I'm saying?
This is a little head and heart bet.
The four doesn't really serve you any value unless you're getting 4.5.
I almost threw out. I saved it though. I was going to go with the head heart bet. This and explain the head heart bet. Everybody knows it. That it's the tweener. So you bet with your head. So the perfect. If you're going to do the head heart bet this weekend. Right? You bet Minnesota. Right? Because then if Minnesota wins, you win money.
Well,
That's your head. The Lions win, you lose money, but you win in your heart. So which one that's the head heart bet.
That's a little preview for our Feldman Pick'em Cup picks tomorrow.
Yes.
On my side, anyway. That's a little preview.
Here. And you know what?
I have your pick.
I'm a firm believer in riding that pony till the end. So I know it is. I know everything you're telling me, Neal, about the setup, about the line, about all the fishy stuff. Taking it out the window. Go forward down the field.
I like it. Hey, Cintron. Yeah, there it is. Cintron, the official energy drink of the Red Wings. They've combined all 3 of their delicious flavors into a limited edition Red Wings theme 6-pack sampler box.
Okay.
Try Cintron's great tasting cranberry, classic, and sugar-free, all in one Red Wings theme package. Pre-order your Cintron 6-pack sampler box now at CintronWorld.com/Red Wings.
Get dope like me.
You know what? Why wait? Get energized with Cintron and let's go Red Wings.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at WoodwardSports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
What's a winter wonderland if you can't shop, eat, and play? Lucky for you, you can do it all at the Downtown Detroit Markets, Cadillac Lodge, and the new winter version of the Monroe Street Midway, all located just across the street from Campus Martius Park. Find the fun at deckedoutdetroit.com.
Hi, I'm John from Better A Mortgage, and to me, family is more than blood. That's why I have the biggest family in Metro Detroit. If you're looking to buy a house or refinance and need a loan, Come get treated better than family by me and our entire team here at Better Rate Mortgage. We pride ourselves on giving you better advice, better service, and a better loan experience. That's why we are Better Rate. If you're looking for a new mortgage, come get treated like family. Actually, better with Better Rate Mortgage. Visit us at mybetterrate.com or call at 248-480-4467 today.
Neal Ruhl here for Custom Health Centers, and you see there's picture evidence of it. Ryan Ermanni, the before and the after on the Custom Health Center. No, we're just playing around with you on that one. No, but Custom Health Centers, they have tens of thousands success stories, and our guy Ryan Ermanni is currently one of them and will continue to be one of them as well. Think of all the ways that weight affects your health mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, and you can join Ryan Ermanni and tens of thousands of others and start losing weight today. Call Dr. Jason and Custom Health, 844-789-8446. Again, 844-789-THIN. He looks like D-Mac in his playing days over there in the after. It's Custom Health Centers. Back at it. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter. My favorite time of the week. It's nickel package time, baby.
Yeah, that's what it is. It is, and we're here for it. We got to start, of course, with the NFL nickel package. And my first question for you two esteemed gentlemen is, who is your MVP so far this season? Jalen Hurts or Patrick Mahomes?
Again, you know how I do this, right? Instinctual answer is always going to be Patrick Mahomes. But I'm telling you, man, what Philadelphia is doing, and the reason they're doing it, is because of Jalen Hurts. And we need to wrap our heads around that and get past that narrative of, Tecmo Bowl playbook and dumb the game. Who cares? Who cares how they're doing it? Jalen Hurts, yes, Jalen Hurts is the most valuable player in the league this year. Just look at the numbers. Look where they sit. They're going to walk away with the 1 seed in the NFC. To me, it's Jalen Hurts. Now, you have to, and this is subjective. This is a lot like the Heisman debate. To me, Jalen Hurts and what he's done from nowhere and what was expected of him in particular and the Eagles is way more than what Patrick Mahomes has exceeded expectations.
Well, most valuable player to his team and put his team in the spot, right? The question with Kansas City wasn't about we expect this season out of Mahomes. Right, it's just how are they going to adjust to losing Tyreek Hill? You look at Pacheco and they've established a bit of a running game, which is different, which is only makes Kansas City. Now Patrick Mahomes is doing Patrick Mahomes things. Is there any things he's doing that he's not, that we're surprised by? Absolutely not. But to the most valuable player to his team, and you would have said early on in the season, it's the defense. So it's the defense that makes this Philly team. Absolutely not. The way that you can argue A.J. Brown is a huge addition also, but the maturity of Jalen Hurts, not only as the running quarterback, and I wouldn't even say he's a running quarterback, he's just elusive, and he's making the smart plays. And you know what? Hey, if you got to, what do you say, Tecmo Bowl or dummy down the playbook to what everybody else, maybe everybody else is doing it wrong, because this guy's a winner. We know that this guy's a winner, and he's just proven it game in and game out. And as they rack up the wins, he's getting closer to that MVP. So it's close, but most valuable player to his team, absolutely.
And real quickly, WoodwardSports.com chat thread, 2 of them here. Ryan's reaction: Jalen Hurts won't be in the league in 2024. That was Adam Baydoun last year. I love that people keep receipts on that stuff, by the way. I do love that. And this is a great segue to second down. Nick Hedigan says, y'all are sleeping on Joe Burrow. Yeah. Well, second down.
Second question on the nickel package. We did our top 10 quarterbacks yesterday on heavyweights, mean easy. I had Joe Burrow slotted at number 2 behind Patrick Mahomes, ahead of Josh Allen. So is Joe Burrow a better quarterback than Josh Allen?
Okay. We talking like, and this is where it's up to you again.
Here, let me start.
Sure, please.
Josh Allen, pure talent, arm strength, whatever. What the thing is about Burrow, Burrow's got the it factor.
Yeah.
He's got the it sauce, right? Where who's got it sauce? Tom Brady's got it sauce, right? Or he did have it sauce, because I think it's sort of weaned out. But Joe Burrow is special. What does he do special, Darren? I don't know if he does anything overly special. Is it his arm strength? Nobody makes those passes. I think it's what makes his greatest gift is his brain. He's cerebral and he's tough. We've seen that. Look at the abuse the kid took in the first few years. Most sack quarterback. Just get up. Do you ever hear him complain? Like
Never
a bunch
once.
of the other
Never
demons?
once.
Never. It's cerebral, and I think, you know what, he had me, and I'd say I'd rock it. His senior game at LSU when he came out with the Burrow, with the EUAUX, that tells me everything I need to know about this kid. And he need more, but he's a winner. He's going to have multiple Super Bowl rings on his team.
And you know what, Spenny?
Josh Allen's more naturally talented, but I'd take Joe Burrow as my quarterback.
And you know what, man? I would too, Spenny. I just don't trust Josh Allen in a big moment. Joe Burrow already has that resume of going on the road and winning huge games in the playoffs. What's the last big game? What's the last game Josh Allen's won that he wasn't supposed to? You know what I'm saying?
You can't penalize Josh Allen for that Chiefs game. He did everything in his power. They just
he was the second best quarterback in the building that day.
Patrick Mahomes having a historic performance. That wasn't his fault that they lost that game.
Was it Joe Burrow's fault that the Bengals beat Kansas City? Was it Joe Burrow? Was Joe Burrow the reason why?
Josh Allen played a better game against Kansas City in the playoffs than Joe Burrow did last year.
I don't know about that, my friend.
The Chiefs just melted down in the second half of that game.
Who won?
Yeah, I mean it's all the scoreboard thing. I lean towards you, D-Mac. If I'm drafting in fantasy, obviously I'm drafting Josh Allen in front of Joe Burrow. However, if I'm starting, like a real football team, I'm with you, man. I'm taking Joe Burrow because there's something to be said when guys will ride for you.
You know who the Joe Burrow, it's like the Amon-Ra St. Brown. They got it. They're not the fastest, the most wet, but it's that it. And I think it's the toughness. Toughness comes, right? All of it, the package to whatever else, but it's that it. Did you see, how they do it? I wanted to bring this up. They did the redraft, right? For what year? 2 years ago was Amon-Ra St. Brown or whatever. From the fourth round, he moved up to, if they would redo the redraft, right? Micah Parsons would move up to second overall. I think, I forget the fact that I think we would have had us taking Patrick Surtain.
Yeah, I saw that.
Whatever. But Amon-Ra St. Brown moved up from the fourth round to 14th overall. Cowboys would have chosen. What I'm saying is that's the it factor you're looking for on some of these guys. And I think more so than not, and I'll let you get to the third question, Spenny, is the fact that some of these guys on our defense, these young guys, might have the it factor too.
Yeah, it's just... he oozes quarterback to me. Joe Montana, Tom Brady. Like, he just oozes that to me.
Burrow is more Montana than he is Brady.
Yes.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Joe Montana. Next question of the Nickle package. Third question. With Kenneth Walker III getting injured and looking like he's going to miss a couple weeks, who is your offensive rookie of the year?
It's probably going to end up going to Dameon Pierce, I guess.
Him or Olave?
I like Olave.
Yeah.
I follow a lot of San Fran games because I got a couple of, I got an Alvin Kamara on my team and whatever. And I mean, you know how we get the knock of, the one thing I'm almost pretty sure of, right, is the knock on OSU quarterbacks, right? We're not sure if they can make it or not. OSU receivers are pretty damn good.
Always.
They're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, like they all right.
Yeah.
Like they don't need the slack that the QBs get.
A lot of love for Rodrigo for rookie of the year.
Yeah, that's defense. Yeah, that'd be nice.
But no, for me, it's probably going to end up being Dameon. And look, I know 1,000 yards isn't what it used to be, but you do anything for the Houston Texans positive. You got to be rewarded for that. And he's been the most consistent, and he's been available.
He's been playing very well. I like Dameon Pierce. Next question of the Nickle package.
Fourth down.
Can the Bucs make any noise in the playoffs if they get in? Like, if they still have a pretty damn good defense. They got Tom Brady.
I'm stopping this now. I'm getting out in front of this, and I'm planting my flag now. It is over for him.
You don't think they can beat Dallas?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
No, they can't make noise.
Hey, move over. I'm getting in.
Or Seattle.
I'm getting in. I'm climbing your bus there. That is done.
No.
It's got to be. And I
It's
lived in
over.
Tampa, watched him or whatever like that. And if you watch the game the other day, he's still got that magic sort of at the end of the drive. But I look more to the sideline and him losing his marbles. Like the frustration
just not
that
there.
runs deeper in his team.
Yeah, and look at, I mean, and again, I watched a lot of that Monday night game, and it's just not there. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't there.
It ain't there. The ball's not dropped in the basket anymore. Receivers are getting over. It's just not there. The whole thing's not there anymore. They are what, 6-6, 5-6, whatever they are, in that division. Like, they need home games against the Saints and improbable comebacks to beat them. No, they're not beating anybody in the playoffs. And I don't care. I don't want to hear, just give Brady a chance. No, the time for that is over.
It's not give Brady a chance. It's Brady is the single luckiest athlete in the history of football, and something will happen. Did you see the end of that Saints game? Mark Ingram went out of bounds and didn't get the first down for no reason. Any team that Tom Brady is on has the superpower of making opponents do something stupid, like not run the ball at the 1 yard line and keep in that like mishandling of the clock when the Falcons were in Patriots territory up 28-20 at the end of that Super Bowl. Something will happen. The defense will keep them in the game, and Tom Brady will get all the credit because that's what always happens.
Michael Evans, WoodwardSports.com chat thread. He should have saved his marriage instead. He should have instead of this season, because it's over for the Bucs. And it's over for him. And look, I'm not Sam Flannel. By the way, WoodwardSports.com chat thread, can you fire off the hate takes to Sam Flannel on Tom Brady, by the way? Yeah. I'm tired of being the only one that gets it. Hate. Why you hate Sam Flannel? He's a Michigan man, Sam Flannel.
That is what.
Wow, he eating his own kind. Yeah. He's going to pray him in if you're eating a Michigan guy.
He's eating his own kind.
Oh, my God, the luckiest. Anybody catch him say the luckiest athlete?
I asked him yesterday.
I guess I'm must be second luckiest then, right? Yeah. According to the Legend Killer.
Hey, all right, final question, final down of the nickel package. Will Baker make the Lions miss out on a top 5 pick? Baker Mayfield and the Rams.
Get Tom Mazaway if you want a positive answer to that question, because for some reason he still believes in him. But by the way, check out the final line from 2 to 4 today. You can and ask them that question in the chat. No, Baker. How much more data do you need?
No. Baker's done. And you know what? It's a blessing. And then the rest of the team's done too. Shut down.
Yeah, like just how much more data do you need?
Yeah.
Look at what the Panthers gave up to get him.
Baker sucks. I agree.
Yeah, and it's not. Look, I'll give him. I won't say he sucks. He sucks now. He's got a road playoff win in Pittsburgh. Ain't a lot of cats that have that on the resume, and I'll give him credit for that. And that was a great year that they had.
Yeah, because that team was insane.
But once the Browns got rid of Odell, all of a sudden they started popping off, and Baker started popping off. That's fair, because that's how it went down. That is fair. However, no, he's not going there and saving that. Although I do have a weird feeling about tonight. I'm nervous. The Raiders are a 7-point favorite on the road against anybody.
Aaron Donald's not playing.
I know. I know all of it.
But Spenny, see, Neal and I were talking about this before, but like if you put a gun to my head or I had to I'm taking Vegas coming off 3 wins the way that there's something different later. This Rams, there's nothing. Like, I'm going that way. He's talking about taking the Rams.
No, I'm taking the Rams. I mean, Josh Jacobs, Derek Carr, and Devontae Adams, they'll help you beat a Rams team without their 5 best players.
They found something together a little bit in the last few weeks, to me.
Ever since Derek Carr was crying at the podium, they've
been
winning.
Dude. Sometimes you just got to let the man tears go.
I don't know. I got a bad feeling about this one tonight. A really, really bad feeling about it.
You could be right, but you could be wrong.
It is a Thursday night football trash game, but it'll actually be a good game because both teams are trash.
I'll be locked into this one.
And big implications.
The Draft Capital Bowl, baby.
Big
you know I'm locked into Draft Capital.
Where's that jingle, Sam?
We can keep that away. We don't need that yet. Just save
No,
away.
but we can, D-Mac. We got the best of both worlds.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Drink this in.
Oh, yeah. Thank God.
Drink this in.
I didn't want to be in the kitchen sampling the food before, but you're like, oh, yes, we can have both.
But if you do want to sample some food, I got a good idea for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
would that be?
Got a great idea.
You got a great idea?
I got a great
You go
idea.
first.
I'll go first. It's obviously Cousins' Maine Lobster, because Woodward Sports is brought to you by the people at Cousins' Maine Lobster. Check out the food trucks rolling around the city and offering the tastiest lobster rolls, lobster tacos, and more, including that lobster grilled cheese that is delicious. Go to cousinsmainelobster.com and search locations to find the Detroit schedule, or download the app to order ahead and earn points. I'm telling you guys, I'm a big seafood guy, and this was fantastic lobster. So go check them out. You can scan that barcode or that QR code right there and find out where they are downtown. So go check them out.
Hey, you know what? If you want to get them today, this afternoon, they're in Southfield.
You hear that?
Genius is on board. 11 o'clock. I might have to swing by there later
They're
on.
in Southfield right now. You can scan that QR code and find them wherever they are. Go find them. I'm telling you, the lobster grilled cheese, insane. Check out Cousins Maine Lobster.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Introducing the Planet Fitness Guide to getting that post-workout glow. Step 1. What's your why? More epic energy? Better sleep? Blow off steam? Step 2. Join Planet Fitness for just $10 a month and get moving in our clean and spacious clubs. Step 3. Bask in that post-workout glow. Join Planet Fitness today for just $10 a month.
Join today at any of the 50-plus Detroit area locations.
It's a great day to get some Centron in your life. Okay. There it is. Centron, here we go. Gotta grab the cranberry. Oh wait, it's 2 for $4. Gotta double up with the classic as well. Centron World, baby. Centron, available at select Kroger's, and if you wanna know how, go to @CentronWorld.com. You get dope like me. You know what? Why wait? Great taste, guaranteed.
Guardian Alarm, they keep you safe and give you peace of mind, whether you're home or on the road, business or personal. Been telling you, and you want to be part of the Woodward Sports Big D Energy family, you can too, but I need you to call 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
How many straight days of flannel protection?
171.
171 straight days of protecting the flannel. They can protect whatever is most important to you. Maybe it's your flannel like Sam Flannel. Give them a call today. Guardian Alarm, 1-800.
Stay out. Get out of my house.
Justin Jefferson, stay out of the end zone, please.
Stay out of the end zone, Minnesota wide receivers. Guardian Alarm, your local security experts. Tell them Big D Energy. We sent you.
Back at it here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, Darren McCarty, Sam Flannel, Spencer Raxter, all of you in our WoodwardSports.com chat thread as well. Appreciate all the comments, everybody jumping in, getting involved with what we have to say. NFL nickel package, handled. Let's do the college nickel package. For that, we go to Sam Flannel.
All right. My favorite time of the day. So question one. We all know last year that Georgia was the best team in the country by far. They were 1 of 1. This year, are they again 1 of 1, the clear best team in the country by far?
Yes. I mean, again, just look at the future point spreads. 7+ favorite against Michigan. Yeah, I mean, and I have to give them a ton of credit too, because you don't just lose. And this is where I gave Michigan credit. Yes, I did, everybody. Hate.
Yep.
And again, mark me, Sam Flannel. what Michigan's defense did this year, granted it was against Big Ten teams and stuff like that, but still, they went into Columbus and did the job. When they got punched in the mouth, their defense stood up
100%.
and punched back.
100%.
What Michigan did, losing 3 of the top 33 picks of the NFL draft, is very, very impressive.
Yes.
What Georgia did with what they lost the NFL draft was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Was otherworldly. Now, is that defense as good as Georgia's defense was last year? I'd argue no, but at the same time, it's still national championship quality. And old Stetson Bennett's a Heisman finalist.
Fraudulently, but that's fine. Fraudulently.
He is. He is. But no, D-Mac, to me, they are one of one because they lost what they lost in the NFL draft. But 18 guys from that class went to the NFL. That's unbelievable, dude.
And I think you saw explain the why maybe earlier in the season or midway we didn't think Georgia was the dominance, just like we were having the same conversation as Alabama and Georgia with the SEC. But that's just, Kirby Smart and great coaching and great pedigree and stuff and guys figuring it out. And like you said, it's a Georgia team that might not be, if you're comparing it to last year, as talented, and it could be more beatable, but they're still the defending champions and number one. So you got to knock the king off the castle.
Second down.
Yes, 100%. So, would Clemson have made the college football playoff if they would have done the right thing and benched DJ Uiagalelei early in the season for Cade Klubnik?
1,000,000% yes. 1,000,000% left. Yeah. Look, Dabo Swinney, I hope winning out and using your ego, I hope that feels good as you watch the college football playoff. Dabo Swinney is the one that cost Clemson going to the playoff this year, and he knows it.
Yep.
Dabo, if you're watching, which I doubt you are, when you look at yourself in the mirror, how does it feel to know that you cost your team a chance at going to the college football playoff? Because your ego had to be right. You had to play your guy, DJU, had to play him. Now he's leaving. You're at home for the college football playoff. How did it work out? D-Mac, I see this in college athletics all the time.
But it's accountability, right?
All the time.
So we see that. He might realize that, but will he get held to task by the fan base for that? Right? The fact that they're out, because this question has to be asked by Clemson. So I think he gets away with it maybe this time because you don't hear the rumblings about how screwed it doing it his way, and see if he changes next time. But until you get the heat from the fan base or the fans that they say you screwed up.
I doubt they will there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So he's insulated. So why would he, unless it comes down to that he cares more than what? Yeah. Did he put himself in front of his team?
Yes.
Absolutely, 100%.
So you agree
So I'm not
too.
going to blame the quarterback because we knew all along.
He wasn't good.
Call it third game of the season. Get this guy out of here.
It ain't DJU's fault.
Right.
Oh.
He just wasn't good. He was never good enough.
No, and the game that he played against South Carolina was so bad. All Clemson needed was a normal bad game from a quarterback, not a historically bad game, and they might be in the college football playoff right now. So yeah, that is basically Dabo Swinney's biggest failure as a coach so far. I agree with you guys 100%. Speaking of quarterbacks, on a scale of 1 to 10, third down, how would you, with like 1 being bad, 10 being good, how would you rate J.J. McCarthy's season thus far?
Versus what I was promised?
Whatever parameter you want, Neal.
Versus what I was promised, I'd say it was a 7.5, 7.3, 7.25.
7.3.
7.25.
Trending up. I got him at 7. I got 7.5.
Okay,
but
so we're not that
I don't
different.
think. But a lot of it is I don't think it's almost like in the Olympic scoring, is that he could only get to a 9. Now he's got a chance to get to a 10 just because he was held back. Right, what he did in the Ohio State game, and he's still got improvement to make. What I'm excited about is not only moving forward to this year, but what do you got next year? Because is this kid, if we were talking about it, does he have the ability, does he have the talent and everything else to maybe be in a Heisman conversation throughout the next season? Yes. So right now I'm comfortable saying a 7.5. And if he does what I expect him to do in this playoff, he could even go up to an 8.5 out of 10.
More importantly, Sam Flannel, the J.J. McCarthy Heisman truther, the man that is beside himself, that Stetson Bennett, it will be in New York and J.J. McCarthy won't be. What do you give him?
I would give him about an 8.5 or 9 because at the beginning of the year, if you would have said that J.J. McCarthy,
9.
hey, If you would have said that Michigan would be undefeated, they would beat Ohio State at Columbus, they would win the Big Ten championship, and J.J. McCarthy would throw for 20 touchdown passes and 3 interceptions, including 4 total touchdowns, including rushing at Columbus, and 3 touchdown passes in the Big Ten championship game, I would have taken it. And I'm about to duck in a second with what I'm about to say.
Oh, God.
J.J. McCarthy, I mean, if Stetson Bennett... J.J. McCarthy is every bit as deserving to be in New York as Stetson freaking Bennett. You know they both have 20 touchdown passes. I know Stetson Bennett has more yards. They're both undefeated. They've both, for the most part, feasted on not a great schedule, and they both showed up in big games. That's what happened.
Did he just not say that Stetson Bennett was a fraud to get to the thing?
He
so
did.
If you put him in that category, then don't do that to the kid. Wait
You
till
think
next
he's
year.
a
What's your
fraud
next
as
question?
well, yeah.
What? JJ...
That's what I thought.
But Stetson Bennett is getting recognized as a Heisman candidate. That's lunacy.
Their career achievement him
it's
a
not
little
like he's
bit.
gonna win it.
Yeah.
I hate that guy so much.
You do hate that guy.
You know what? You got a good chance though, Sam. Just like the Bennetts, if you go and win the national championship as the quarterback next year, you're probably gonna get carte blanche to New York, just like Stetson Bennett did. Oh, because he won last year.
Oh, he won that national championship, not maybe the greatest defense in college football
I'm saying
history.
in the eyes of the voters.
Real
in the
quick.
eyes of the voters, Sam.
Real
he
quick.
was a quarterback of last year's championship, so they're giving him a little bit of candy to come to New York for his career, right, Neal?
WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Mike G. JJ will never make New York City. Michigan runs the ball 70% of the time.
Thanks.
No. JJ will get there. Julius Peppers got there and wasn't in the top 30 of any stat.
Jabril.
Of any stat.
Jabril Peppers. You said Julius.
Oh, did I? I'm sorry. Jabril Peppers got there and wasn't in the top 30 in any stat.
Hutchinson got there over Will Anderson.
That was more egregious than Stetson Bennett being there.
Yeah, the Jabril Peppers one was bad.
The Jabril Peppers one was embarrassing.
At least Hutchinson set the record for single season sacks. And even though Will Anderson had a better year, Hutchinson did enough to deserve.
You could make a case for it.
Yeah,
you couldn't sit there and say, well, Hutch wasn't in the top 30 in any stat in college football.
Yeah.
So, sorry, move on.
Hey, all I'm saying is JJ had every bit as good of the season as Stetson Bennett did, and I will die on that hill.
Okay.
But anywho, speaking of Michigan players, I think we all are big fans of Donovan Edwards, all think very highly of him, and think that he's going to be the best running back in the Big Ten next year. My question is, right here, right now, is Donovan Edwards already the best running back in the Big Ten?
Yes.
Ibrahim's gone, right?
I mean, I'm actually including Ibrahim because I think they have a bowl game. I don't know if he's playing in it, but...
Yeah, but you guys know where I stand on Donovan Edwards, man.
Yep.
Star.
Elijah Collins, best bet in the Big Ten.
My question is, can he stay healthy?
Yeah.
That's the knock, right? I think that he could be the best running back in football if he stays healthy.
Wow.
In terms of total package, the ability to catch the ball, what he can do is, I see him in the NFL as like a DeAndre Swift.
Just hopefully he can stay healthy.
Where you can split him out wide. He can be a competent receiver. He can make big plays in the receiving game. I am very, very high on Donovan Edwards.
Quarterback's ankle at the pinching up on the line.
100%. Like I am a huge. You guys know this. I'm a huge Donovan Edwards guy. Big fan of his. Can he stay healthy? That's the question.
Here's the one thing that we've seen, right? More of not the come out party, but really hammering the fact of that the whole world got to see in Ohio State, especially late in the game with those runs. But he continued that second half against Purdue. This TCU game, this national championship game, you could have it. Like, legitimately, Neal, he could be the best back or top 3 backs in the country. Availability is a big thing, but I like his toughness. He's tough, but again, it's the position that
I love his skill, man. That is the new generation of football.
Well, he can cut on a dime and then explode, right?
That's the new
how
generation.
Many guys can do that and then explode?
Real quick, WoodwardSports.com chat thread, Pete Smith. Jabril Peppers had 1 interception his entire career.
There's no way that's true.
It's a good one.
It is true.
He was not in the top 30 in any stat.
But you get him the ball in open space.
Ever.
You get him the ball in open space.
I told you.
Yeah.
Ever.
That's crazy to me.
That is the biggest media creation ever. the Jabril Peppers
I feel like
Heisman
he was still.
thing.
I mean, he was still a good player. Like, it's not like,
No doubt, his NFL.
Yeah,
he's stuck in the NFL.
he's
No
still
doubt.
in the NFL,
He
yeah.
wasn't a Heisman candidate.
no.
Nah,
All right.
He wasn't. All right, last question of the day. Which team is better? This year's TCU team or last year's Cincinnati team?
I think I would lean this year's TCU team.
Wow.
And the reason is because Desmond Ritter's going to start for the Falcons this week, by the way.
Yeah.
That was just announced.
Yeah.
I would say because Max Duggan and their receiver,
Yeah, Quentin Johnson.
Stud. He's the closest thing to Calvin from a physical standpoint that we've seen in a long time. That size, his ability to catch the ball in traffic, however you want to do it. They are offensively, and they will throw it deep on Michigan. They will put Michigan secondary
How many
under
deep balls do you think
stress.
over 20, 30 yards they're going to throw? They're going to go to deep at least 6-8 times.
They're going to put some stress on Michigan secondary. I think that this is the more fun matchup of the two, because TCU, they're never safe. No matter what lead they have, it's never safe with them. But whatever deficit they're facing, it's never safe either. How many times have they pulled a rabbit out of their hat this year?
So many.
6.
Many times, but they are hella fun to watch. So, I would say this year's TCU team is better.
I think they, for the entertainment factor, but one of the things we were talking about before is that did we all know how good this Sauce Gardner kid was until Nick Saban told us that Alabama was not going to throw to that side. So I think for entertainment factor, I give TCU a slight edge, and that's the fact, like you said, there's no limit to the points that they can put on the board, because they just keep coming and coming and coming. They don't care if they turn it over. They look at it like it's friggin' Madden and it's a punt. It's a long punt, a big turnover. It doesn't faze them the way that they play. Does that make sense?
Yeah, Mike G says, so Neal, you're saying TCU's passing attack is better than OSU. It's up there with it. I will say that. It's up. I won't say it's better because of the receiving
Is Dugan
core.
a better passer than Stroud, or does he throw a better, there's the intangibles of what
Well,
Dugan...
see, people get caught up in that because you start talking about NFL, NFL ability.
I mean in this game, because do you look at which was a bigger matchup, the Stroud-Harrison matchup or this matchup between wide receivers?
Harrison is great too.
So what I'm saying between Dugan and this receiver at TCU, right?
It's comparable.
It's comparable.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
It's comparable. I would give the edge, obviously, to Ohio State in that, but they're in the ballpark. See, Michigan fans like to live in this either-or world.
Right.
Like either they suck or they're that, and that's not the case.
No,
that's not.
But it's got to be exciting for Michigan fans, especially with a Will Robinson, coming out in the secondary, a couple picks, and these guys are good. Neal, you nailed 100%. These guys are going to be busy in the secondary.
Yeah, right. Speaking of dudes, Will Johnson is a dude. I think we would all agree with that. He's a guy that has the potential to match up one-on-one with Quentin Johnson. He's just young. We'll see, though. That's going to be an exciting matchup.
And Anthony Hurley, to answer your question, did you watch a TCU game last week? Duggan couldn't pass the ball. They moved the ball by him running. That's what he brings to the table, too.
That was insane. That last drive where he had a 13, a 14, another 14, and then a 45-yard carry on the... He was on the sideline, face ghost white.
No. You know when the guys listen, when the boys come over to see if you're all right, and you're going, get away from me. I'm good.
Give me 10 seconds.
Just stay away, trainer. Everybody, just let me reach.
I'm like that on Saturday morning of the golf trip up north.
And TCU's coach lost them that game.
Oh,
if you're an inch away, you do it
from the inches.
sneak.
How do you not pound? Right, exactly. Try to be smarter than yourself.
Me and my dad were watching. We're like, why are they handing the ball off 6 yards behind the goal line?
Yeah.
You got this quarterback who's a big physical guy. QB sneaking at the running back.
Why don't you do the new thing where you put two big guys behind them to push them?
Yeah.
Give it to the quarterback and go for a ride. Jump up into the guys and run them in.
Put a fullback in and
the old battering ram offense.
And then score the touchdown and go to Big Boy and get some burgers and loaded fries. I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? Limited time only. The burgers and loaded fries are back at Big Boy. That's right. It's not just a Slim Jim. It's the Big Jim. The chili cheese. You know that's a tease. And guess what else is new? It's the bacon blue. And while you're at it, upgrade the fries. What are we doing here? Chili cheese fries? Yup. Baked potato fries? Yup. Nacho fries? Yup. Satisfy those taste buds at Big Boy.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Beverly Hills Golf, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
When it comes to making your haircut truly an experience, there's no better place than Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Come to any one of our 26 Metro Detroit locations for an award-winning haircut experience and qualify for a chance to win a down payment for your dream home up to $200,000. Our precision haircut and talented stylists will have you looking good, feeling good, and give you a chance to change your life forever. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A-Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A-Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
Neal Ruhl here for Chili Peppers Tanning. Spotless, sanitized rooms, trained and certified tanning professionals. Yes, it is Chili Peppers Tanning. Go to chilipepperstanning.com. On their website, find out which one of their 27 locations work best for you. They have the hottest bulbs, the hottest deals, and the darkest tans at Chili Peppers Tanning, Spencer Raxter.
Chili Peppers Tan.
Yay. Back at it here. Final couple segments of the show. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Lions Planet. Cincinnati had a tougher schedule. Oh, they did not. They played at Notre Dame and played, what, the AAC? Come on, bro. I don't know why you guys just dismiss the Big 12 all the time. Like they're not comp to the Big 10.
They're comp, but you act like they're significantly better.
They're the same.
Okay, fine, the same. We can agree on that.
Who's the third best team in the Big 12?
Exactly.
Like, would they beat Penn State?
No, not the third best team in the Big 12. Stop it. Let me...
The third best team in the Big 12 was Cincinnati. Oh wait, that's
Texas.
Yeah.
Texas.
Texas would beat Penn State.
I think home and home.
Yeah, home.
That's what I would say. Home and home.
I would agree with that. Kansas State would beat it. You know, Kansas State has just as good a shot to beat anybody.
As Penn State?
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Kansas State would beat Penn State more often.
But
Texas would split with Penn State.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, so then you
I
go
think
like
Oklahoma State would beat Penn State.
No, they wouldn't. They had a losing Wait, they did have a losing conference record.
I still think they would beat Penn State.
If Iowa plays Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State.
Hey,
No doubt.
since we're down to college football here, I got a question. For
Purdue
all
played the
three
Big Ten
guys.
football championship.
Any bowl games other than the championship, 4 games that are coming up? Or did you see any bowl games?
No, because I don't know who's playing. Like, Tulane's a favorite over Alabama now. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it tells you, who's probably... No one's going to play. And why would you? You're not playing for you. You're playing for somebody else.
Hence why the playoff system's needed.
100%. And I haven't done my bowl deep
So I just wonder
yet.
if anybody's looking forward but that's the fact of, I guess the point I wanted to bring up is like now you'll see more this year. Guys, Tulane's favored over Alabama. The guys are not playing even more so as we've seen in the past. You don't give them incentive or a reason to play.
Yeah.
Smith and Jigba opted out of the college football playoff. It was partially because of his hammy, but he probably would have been able to play.
He also wasn't really a part of this team. I can kind of understand from that perspective. He was basically a non-factor.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everybody jumps in the portal, and you don't know who's playing from day to day, dude.
Did you see that portal?
Yeah, 1,000 players.
Did you hear Deion Sanders' quote about basically telling the kids at Colorado?
Go into the portal because I'm bringing all my guys in. My kid's going to start at quarterback.
Yeah.
And
he said, I'm bringing my own luggage, and it's Louis.
Yeah. I loved it.
That is badass, dude.
I loved it.
He said, I'm bringing 5 stars.
So here's my question. Does he work there, Deion Sanders, in Colorado, or how long does it last there?
He works there for sure. He has them winning conferences, or maybe not conferences.
I'm just saying, but you're taking the swag to Colorado.
It works.
It will work?
It works. He's already got multiple 5 stars going.
100%. Okay. Jack Harrington, Tulane plays USC in the Cotton Bowl. Correct. I misspoke. Kansas State. Kansas State plays Alabama. Tulane playing USC, and Tulane is a favorite in that game.
The Green Wave, baby.
Wow.
Big Green Wave.
Is Caleb Williams not?
Caleb Williams probably will not play. Why would he play?
Got a game dialed in.
For real, why would he play?
I mean, he's coming back next year.
Right. So why would you play in this game?
I wouldn't play.
There's no point.
What about Tennessee?
You could break your leg and miss a year.
Yeah.
What about Tennessee Clemson? I mean, I know that's on paper a big bowl game, but we know Hendon Hooker, Cade Klubnik, his coming out party. That's no, for real though. Cade Klubnik's a good quarterback.
Listen to us right now. Listen to us.
Yeah, I know.
I can't wait until it's 12-team playoff. Oh my god.
That's what we're weighing right now. Nobody's playing anywhere.
It didn't hit me that hard, right, until looking at the bowl or looking at the transfer portal and looking at the guys that are opting out and this and that. And this is more the norm now, Neil, right? Right? So now it's more the norm. So it shows you the imperativeness for anybody that it has to move into a playoff system. Does it not? It has to be able to sort of hold some accountability.
At least so you can keep the players of the top 12 teams or whoever is in the playoff. That's just the way that it is.
Which games are we talking about mostly watching, right? The Tennessee Clemson. That'd be a great game to watch if their lineups were playing.
Yeah, if they were all healthy, that would be a really good game.
What else you got to look forward to, Sam?
I got to look forward to the ham and Swiss that I might have later, but we can't talk about that right now. We got to talk about Swiss Insurance. With the holiday season here, Swiss Insurance wants to remind you to insure those gifts of jewelry or collectibles. In the last 2 weeks, Swiss has saved its clients an average of 26% on their insurance premiums while increasing coverage. That's a lot of money to free up for the giving season. Happy Thanksgiving from Swiss Insurance, and go blue.
It's back. Year 3 of Woodward Sports Stuff-A Studio is here. The past 2 years, we've collected new unwrapped toys and stuffed our studio so we could hardly fit in it. This year, we're doing it even bigger. Join Woodward Sports and our whole family December 19th to the 23rd as we stuff our studio. While you're out shopping or just sitting on your couch ordering presents, make sure you grab one extra and drop it off at our studio, 15 Mile in Woodward and Birmingham. We'll be collecting toys around the clock to make sure every child in Mott's Children's Hospital feels the warmth of the holiday season. It's the time of year to do for others. Help us stuff our studio. Special thanks to all the wonderful elves at Meyer and Guardian Alarm for keeping the toys safe. Stuff-A Studio 2022 with Woodward Sports.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991, yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Neal Ruhl here for Bedrock Detroit. Downtown Detroit's all decked out this holiday season with the return of the Cadillac Lodge in the Monroe Street Midway. The Midway has the giant slide, the winter bumper cars, an indoor arcade, plus my favorite, you can get drinks at the Lodge before or after games downtown. Shop, eat, and play downtown all winter long with DeckedOutDetroit.com. Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. Justin Reese, how do you know it works in Colorado for Dion? It worked at Jackson State because the players were better. Not every 5-star is going to Colorado. Justin, he got 5 stars to Jackson State. Jackson State.
If you want to go to the league and you're a DB or anything,
where are you going to go?
What's the conversation that you're having? I'm surprised Coach Prime didn't say, if your number one priority isn't getting to the league, do not pick up my phone.
Right.
Also, let alone the getting to the league part, I'd want to go play for Coach Prime. He's cool as hell.
Neal just nailed it right there, right?
Yeah.
You get guys that want to get there. If you're a defense, what are you sitting there? Hey, can we get in the field, Coach Prime? Hey, Coach Prime. Hey, look at this video. I was watching you. Yeah. My dad showed me this. Yeah. My dad showed me this. What are you doing there? It's the Alabama vibe, right, Neal?
100%.
It's the Alabama vibe that he's starting to create.
If you want to go to the reason Alabama's great is because if you go to Alabama, you go to the league. Period, end of story. Provided you survive.
If you can stay there.
Yeah,
yep.
If you can stay there. It didn't work out for Alvin Kamara. He couldn't stay there.
Yeah, but it worked out eventually when he went to
But it worked out eventually.
Tennessee.
But that's, if you survive that, you are going to the league. Period, end of story. That's why it's self-sustaining. That's why it'll always work.
Dirty South Wolverine already has a 5-star wide receiver committed in the first hour he was named coach.
Yeah.
I mean, how quick does he turn this around? Because the one thing about Colorado was that last year's team was probably the worst Power 5 team I've ever seen.
Right.
An absolute dumpster fire.
He's bringing Sam.
I mean, I understand.
Sam,
that's why
he's bringing in. So pretty much that Colorado team. You know what's interesting, and this is what to see if you can find the roster of last year's team, and we'll look at the roster of next year's team when it sort of comes up, and if you see legitimately how many. Normally, would you have carryovers to whatever? Out of what do you have? 100?
You can't even say anymore. Yeah, I mean, you can't even say anymore.
But what I'm saying is that I bet 12 guys, like the carryover, whatever, because what Coach Prime, when he says it, he's doing it. So he's already got it in place. Like all these other guys coming. It's the same thing as what we saw a little bit of at USC with Lincoln Riley.
I'd say it's 50-50 they go to a bowl next year. 50-50.
I mean, I could
give
definitely
him 2
see
years,
that.
Sam. 2 years. 2 years.
I'd say it's 70-30 they go to a bowl.
So
next year.
So we're on the same wavelength. Yeah. 51-49 they go to a bowl.
I think
I'm going to be like a Michigan fan. I'm not going to commit.
I think they're going to have a 9-win season this year.
9.
Don't.
Wow, that's aggressive.
Anybody catch that? That was great.
Yeah, that was good.
That was great.
And we're going to get into the Red Wings game tomorrow because the reaction to it, because it is a big game.
Absolutely tonight, and listen, last 10, Florida's won 3 of them. They're on a decline. Florida, perennial playoff team. You would not expect this to be the norm, but you got to take advantage. This is what good teams do to other good teams when other good teams are down. They punch them right in the sack, and especially on the road.
Real quickly,
sack punching tonight for our Wings.
Colorado's football schedule next year, week number 1 at TCU. So there's that. So it's open up. Oh, real quickly, too, because I want to give you guys this. I can't wait till tomorrow because I can't see if I don't want the line to move on me. Get right. This weekend, I'll be in the building. So you know it's going to happen.
Oh. Facts.
It's going to happen. Army-Navy, over 32.5.
No way! First time. How has it gone over in 14 straight years?
Over? The unders hit 14 years in a row.
Sam, did you hear that? They're going to put on an aerial show.
Well, yeah.
21-14, Army.
They'll do it with the wishbone or whatever they use.
They're going to throw it around. They're going to throw it around the field. You're going to see about 4 passes in that game. It's going to be an aerial assault.
Combined by both teams.
By both teams, yeah. Combined. Can't wait for it.
I wonder if you can get the over/under on pass attempts.
On what?
On pass attempts in that game.
I'm sure it'll be there because it's the only college game going.
If it's 4.5, I'd probably take it.
No, I guarantee it though, and I fly right in the face of 14 in a row. Again, going granular on it, 17-17's a winner. So just look at it that way. Absolutely. We'll be back at it tomorrow. D-Mac is out. Sam Flannel will be in. T-Foss in, right? I believe he is.
Yes.
Spenmo in as well. We'll be getting it in on a Friday. Get right special, though. 30-9. So make sure you get it in now, though, before it moves back to 33, everybody. Thanks for tapping in to Big D Energy right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Well, see you later.